Carolina Hurricanes hockey is brought to you by North Carolina Education Lottery. All or Nothing is the exciting new draw game from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Match all or match none and win the top prize of $250,000. Either way wins. By Raleigh Orthopedic. Go where the pros go. Raleigh Orthopedic. And by Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness. We are back in Edmonton, 69th all-time meeting between these two teams. Let's take a look at the goaltenders tonight. Anton Khudobin goes for the Hurricanes. He had 23 saves in a 3-1 loss at Winnipeg on Tuesday night. Ben Scrivens was outstanding with 32 stops in a 3-2 win over Washington here on Wednesday night. For Bill Peters and his crew, still looking for their first victory of the season, trying times. Fighting through this adversity. Dallas Eakins on the other side. They started winless in their first 5. They have victories this week over Tampa Bay and Washington as the young upstart Oilers look upward in the standings. Jay McClement will center Zach Boychuk and Chris Terry. Jay Harrison, Justin Falk on defense. Sit back and enjoy this one from Edmonton off the draw. Anton Khudobin right away will melt it down, and we get a stoppage of play. Rex Express Care, injuries and scratches now. We'll take a look here, sponsored by Rex Healthcare, chosen for excellence.
Well, Eric Staal may be back in the next game Tuesday in Vancouver. We spoke in our pregame show. Ryan Murphy wanted to play, valiantly tried after that block last night, which is good to see for the big picture.
Canes will have some downtime after tonight. Will not play until Tuesday night in Vancouver. Zach Boychuk, who had 5 hits last night. McClement right off the goalpost. Stick side of Scrivens. Carried out by Taylor Hall, who's been red hot. His shot stopped by Khudobin. Now Hall tries to center one off the backside of the net. Captured by Chris Terry, and away they go.
Huge save from Anton Khudobin after the Hurricanes. They need that first goal so badly. Great execution, starting along the wall on their own end. To have that response on the leading scorer for the Oilers, and Hall is big.
Bill Peters actually happy with the first 15 minutes last night in Calgary. Then the late goal. Then it evaporated, and that's something they have to stop here tonight. Edmonton now in the person of Justin Schultz. Little chip that time by Jesse Joensuu. It comes all the way down to Anton Khudobin. He'll reverse this way for Alexander Semin. Throwing on the brakes and dealing back for the defense. Gleason for Sekera. Underneath it now is Riley Nash. And the Hurricanes a bit disheveled here as they attempt to get it out. Out to center ice. Jiri Tlusty approaching Petrie with a shot here absorbed by Ben Scrivens, and we get a stoppage of play.
Well, John, Jay McClement, looking to score his first goal as a Carolina Hurricane, starts the play. He's the guy. Watch his stick right here. Boom. Now he's off to the races, get to the middle of the ice after he stumbles. Nice drop pass, ready to fire the puck as Scrivens beat, doesn't score.
Victor Rask, along with Jeff Skinner, Elias Lindholm reunited tonight for the Hurricanes. Ron Hainsey paired with Brett Belmore. His shot, Scrivens, no problem with that. Loosened back to the goal. Andrew Ferentz now attempts to move it. He does. Played by Nail Yakupov. He turned it over. Lindholm's shot turned out by Scrivens. Played here by Carolina's Victor Rask. Along the dasher, former Boston Bruin Andrew Ferentz is there in control. The Oiler captain now moving it back for Jeff Petrie, and they start ahead. Yakupov gets it out to center ice. Ron Hainsey right away, right back in Oilers ice.
Boy, what a citizen for the game of hockey Ferentz has been. He's from Alberta, so comes home after those good years in Boston.
Carolina gets the 4th group on the ice. Tonight it is Brody Sutter, Patrick Brown who had it there, and Brad Malone. Sutter over the line, checked by Petrie. Schultz in back of the goal, turns it over to Brad Malone out of the corner. The Oilers start ahead, a turnover. Malone with it. Malone now holding on to it. Now a shot taken, blockered down by Scrivens. Out of the corner. It's played here now by the Oilers, and away they go out to center ice. In control, they cross the line. That was Leon Draisaitl, the young first-round pick, 3rd overall in 2014, who tried to make it happen. Here he is again, looking for his first NHL goal. He recorded 1 point earlier this season as it comes all the way back for the Oiler defense.
Once was born in Cologne, Germany, which I'm sure you appreciate with the type of scent that you always give off.
Through the center zone now, McClement over the line, moving up on Schultz, holding onto it, absorbed by Ben Scrivens, and we get a stoppage of play, and we see tonight's Storm Tracker.
Well, speaking of Cologne, the scent that Carolina wants to give off is the top players need to lead. We already spoke about in our open, Skinner and Semin looking for Falk and Sekera to do it. Anton Usually to get that first one, you need your goalie to steal it and establish a forecheck. That fourth line just had a good early one a minute ago.
Jay McClement and Boyd Gordon on the faceoff, won by Gordon. Played at the Oiler defense. Loose for Matt Hendricks. It kicks back now as they attempt to get it out and play it along the boards now and advance back out to the center zone. All the way back in the Canes end, Andre Sekera looking over his shoulder. Matt Hendricks is on him. They go to the corner. This line has been playing well for Dallas Eakins, and now in control, Chris Terry back out to center ice. You're looking at Zach Boychuk. This way for Tim Gleason. His shot easily detected by Ben Scrivens, and it's played here by Jesse Joensuu.
That's the way Bill Peters wants to play. Defensemen being a big part of joining the rush, but to do it, you actually have to have the forward start the whole thing by coming back in your own end.
Nugent Hopkins for Hall. Taylor Hall with a shot off a stick off Brett Belmore. Played now at the top of your screen by Carolina's Riley Nash. He's peppered by Jordan Eberle. Carried by Taylor Hall. A cut on Hainsey. No quarter given. They go to the corner. Hainsey attempts to dig it out. Belmore in control. Carolina now attempts a breakout as Belmore utilizes the glass and clears it all the way back down for icing.
Well, that's what Belmore is known for. He's a guy that is not going to make a tape-to-tape pass unless he's sure. Goes off the glass, key early face-off. You look at two Cornell standouts. First, Ben Scrivens, the Edmonton goalie, and then Riley Nash needing a bounce-back night after an off night in Calgary.
Hurricanes had only 16 shots on Jonas Hiller last night. You see they have 7 in the first 4 minutes tonight. Jeff Petrie with a shot off a body off Teddy Purcell. Ron Hainsey on the wing. Jiri Tlusty has a tough time getting it out. The Oilers now trap the zone. Belmore back to fetch. Brett Belmore flushed out here on the forecheck by Leon Draisaitl. The rookie out of the corner, given a shove by Belmore. Now along the wall, David Perron back to the point. Ferentz all the way across. Petrie, his shot ricochets wide, and it's corralled momentarily by Hudobin. Now it's played here by Teddy Purcell. David Perron tries to make it happen. Broken up by Alexander Semin, who attempts to get it out and succeeds. Former St. Louis Blue David Perron back on it. Had 28 goals a season ago as the Oilers reorganized.
Yeah, but an off-season injury that really impacted his ability to train. As coach Dallas Eakins thinks he will get better as the season goes along.
Still looking for his first goal this season. Benoit Pouliot answered by Anton Hudobin.
That's the coverage you need from Justin Falk. Yes, it's a good save, but the other night, it would have been a Calgary player getting there first. Tonight, it's Falk.
In the center zone now, the Oilers again mishandle it. Former first-round pick, Nail Yakupov back to play it. They clear it ahead. Pouliot, a give back. Nail Yakupov is away. Over the line, coming up on Harrison. He throws on the brakes. It gets to the corner. Jay Harrison plays it for his new partner, Justin Falk, and they attempt to get it out. Marincin had it, lost it. Arcobello broken up. Benoit Pouliot now for Yakupov at the top of your screen. Pouliot, who played so well for the New York Rangers last season, signed as a free agent during the summer months. Out to center. Patrick Brown couldn't handle it. On a line change, Joensuu, and now Falk will circle back in his own zone.
Pouliot, a very good friend of Anton Hudobin's. Boy, the Oilers in free agency paid a big price to get him.
Martin Marincin back out on a change. Andre Sekera has it. The crowd wanted too many men on Carolina. Marincin now covering up in his own zone. This way for Matt Hendricks. Run into hard by Zach Boychuk, and it comes back out to center ice.
Good start on all fronts. Even better than the start last night, which was good until the first goal really had Carolina deviate from the game plan, but this one's been even better.
Just over 6 minutes gone in period one. Shots, as you see, 7-2 Carolina. Canes starting this evening at 0-4-2, 0-3-1 on the road. Edmonton 2-4-1, 2-2 here. Dead center ice. Chris Terry deals along for Tim Gleason ahead of Taylor Hall. Ryan Nugent Hopkins ahead for Hall. Sekera, his opposite number, is back. Andre Sekera winds it up for the Hurricanes. Plays it along the boards and back out to neutral ice.
Well, the Hurricanes, when their confidence grows, they want to make more tape-to-tape passes, but you can see they're simplifying thus far.
Here's Jordan Eberle with a drop pass for Nugent Hopkins. He'll go deep. Eberle along the boards, given a shove by Sekera. Taylor Hall at his side. Eberle drops it off. He had the overtime winner last December here against the Hurricanes. Jordan Eberle did. And now Andre Sekera will knock it back for Ron Hainsey.
Eberle, like Perron, has been banged up. And so Dallas Eakins thinks his best hockey is in front of him, too.
Jiri Tlusty in support. Riley Nash. He'll advance in for a chance. Shut down by Ben Scrivens. At the other end, Anton Hudobin coming up big early in the game with a sharp save here. 12:47 left. Seated next to Nathan Gerby, the captain looks on here tonight in Edmonton. The subject of tonight's Geico quote. Let's take a look at it here. I'm feeling quite a bit better. I feel I have played through a lot of injuries in my career, but this one I simply have to be patient with. Watching my team and not being able to help my teammates on the ice is extremely difficult.
It's killing him for sure. He really won't know where he's at until he feels physical contact. That will give him the confidence that he is healed, and he's played through a ton in his career.
Belmore goes inside. Victor Rask holding onto it up top. Hainsey loose out in front, cleaned up that time at the defense by Nikita Nikitin. Matt Hendricks for Edmonton. A lead feed. Joensuu with a shot just wide of Hudobin. Now Boyd Gordon traps the zone inside for Jesse Joensuu. Joensuu holding onto it. Matt Hendricks on a cycle for Edmonton. In control all the way back up top. They go point to point. Martin Marincin turning as Gordon, looking for a body that time for Matt Hendricks, who took a high stick, but he's okay. Now they go to the corner. They jam again. And a penalty upcoming here, and it will go against Carolina, I believe. Tom Cowell has the arm up. He's working tonight with Brad Meyer, and it looks like the Oilers will get the game's first power play.
I give a lot of credit to Jesse Joensuu for starting the whole thing on the rush. He's been a good player for Edmonton. The Hurricanes had pretty good defensive zone coverage, but eventually, yeah, you see the free hand of Belmore. The referee's actually off to the left of your screen, and there's your call.
Edmonton with their power play this season is 4 out of 19. Bill Peters and his club have not allowed a power play goal in 4 straight games. It's knocked down here by Taylor Hall. Hall goes to work on McClement, holding onto it, all alone, a chance, it goes high. It was gift wrapped that time for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins as it jumps the stick of Justin Schultz, and they recoil.
Since the Hurricanes' penalty killing has gotten better since the early home and home against John Tavares, Johnny Boychuk, and the Islanders, they have not allowed cross-seam passes like that one.
Eberle this way for Nugent-Hopkins. Over the line, he inserts behind Hudobin. Jay Harrison gets to it. Benoit Pouliot. Justin Schultz walking the line, looking for a lane, dealing along now for Jordan Eberle. Up top, Hall to Schultz. His shot tipped. Hudobin said no. Top of your screen, it's Taylor Hall. Nugent-Hopkins now. Fancy stick work. In control, Taylor Hall. Harrison is on him. Nugent-Hopkins one more time. Trading places with Hall. He'll wind it up. Taylor Hall. Wrap chance. Good stop by Hudobin. And they fling it wide. Now it's played here by Schultz. Off the wall, Eberle. He'll walk it across. In control, Nugent-Hopkins wide. And it careens as we see. All the way back out to center.
See the movement from Hudobin and when he stays on his feet. And sometimes a goaltender, if he's not confident, creates a hole just by moving too much. He didn't there. He forced the Oilers players, I think, to shoot wide on a couple of occasions.
39 seconds as we see left in the power play. Justin Schultz gains entry. Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl drops it back to the point. Hammered that time by Nikitin wide. Played again in control. They go deep with Teddy Purcell. David Perron, short side shut down by Hudobin. Teddy Purcell can't find the handle for Edmonton. He's bottled up by Riley Nash, and they have but 17 seconds left. Teddy Purcell over the line. David Perron going wide of Tim Gleason. To the point, Nail Yakupov. He'll dust it off. This way for Nikita Nikitin on the wall. Purcell holding on to it across out of the reach of Yakupov. Nail Yakupov, Nikita Nikitin. Here it comes wide of a screen to Hudobin. Now Teddy Purcell one more time. Draws to the corner. It's fed out in front. The penalty has concluded, and Carolina has survived.
That puck needed to get deep. Exceptional job of holding the post by Hudobin early.
4 shots on the power play for Edmonton. Out to center ice, you're looking at Elias Lindholm. He'll gain entry. Lindholm goes wide of Martin Marincin, holds onto it. He'll go deep, intended for Jeff Skinner. Cut off by the former New Jersey Devil Mark Fane, and the Oilers start fresh. Played here by Matt Hendricks off the boards. Gloved down by Draisaitl. He does a good job to get it out. In the center zone, Jesse Joensuu drops it back. Martin Marincin, indirect pass. Boyd Gordon now will chip it in, and Hudobin puts it on a tee for Ron Hainsey.
I mentioned Jesse Joensuu, a former Islander pick a minute ago. He's been really good so far this season in a lot of different ways. He's healthy. Dallas Eakins is using him in a lot of different facets.
Now it's carried out by the Edmonton Oilers. Their captain, Andrew Ferentz. Cross-corner dump in. Getting to it on a line change here is Jay Harrison. Harrison now paired with Falk. 8:58 left to go, and a scoreless first period at Rexall Place. Game 3 of 4 straight out west here in Canada. And we'll wrap it up Tuesday night in Vancouver against the Canucks. Over the line now in control, Chris Terry off the stick of Jeff Petrie, and it goes out of play. 8:45 left to go in the first period, looking for our first goal tonight in Edmonton. Dynasties in the history of the National Hockey League. The Edmonton Oilers through the 80s, early 90s, and Kane's assistant coach Steve Smith, a big part of that.
He sure was, a three-time Stanley Cup champ. 1986, he had been a London Knight Ontario Hockey League player. Shoots the puck off of his goalie Grant Fuhr in his own net. They lose the Calgary Flames. The next year, they win the Stanley Cup, and the great one, Wayne Gretzky, doesn't give the Stanley Cup to a veteran player first. He gives it to the youngest guy on the team, Steve Smith. Now that's greatness from the great one.
He was the youngest guy on the team. It was his 23rd birthday when the own goal occurred. And it just shows you that there's some times in this game where you fight through that adversity and you get the absolute best reward. And that's what happened to Steve Smith. And what a gesture by 99. Now it's broken up here by Jay Harrison back out to center ice. The Oilers get it deep. John and Tripp with you as always tonight on Sports South. Tuesday night back on Fox Sports Carolinas from Rogers Place in Vancouver. Now it's played along the boards. Chipped out to center ice by Patrick Brown. The Oilers on it again.
Good play there from Brown. Takes the hit to make the play, gets it out.
Justin Schultz ahead of Elias Lindholm. Taylor Hall tries to make a move on Jeff Skinner. Jeff Petrie now for his partner Justin Schultz. Eberle not out. Victor Rask bodied and hung on to by Ben Scrivens. Maniacs, your chance to win a team-signed hockey stick from Rex Healthcare. Simply follow at Rex Healthcare on Twitter. Tweet the hashtag RexSaves. Do it right now for your chance to win. The winner will be notified by reply tweet and announced in the third period.
Skinner taking a few picks after Taylor Hall. Same draft, Ontario Hockey League players. It's always an intriguing matchup. Jeff has had some good nights against Hall.
7:42 left in this first period. Jesse Joensuu losing control of that puck. Hendricks plays the body on Semin and has the puck. Matt Hendricks goes ahead out of the corner. Sekera losing control right up the gut and all the way back in Oilers ice.
Truthfully, I mean, that's just Semin. He's got to be ready to play, you know, and then you feel that hit coming. I mean, this is a game of contact, and hopefully that'll jar him and get energized.
Matt Hendricks crossing the line, but the Oilers do so offside. Shots are now 9-6 favoring Carolina.
You know, and I said at the top of the show, for him and for his teammates, Alex Semin has to be the hardest working player in this game. There he protects himself just a little bit and seems to be okay. And, you know, if Alex Semin has a noticeable work ethic, that entire Carolina bench is going to be completely energized.
Martin Marincin paired on defense with Mark Fane. They get it deep. Nugent Hopkins, Hall, Eberle for Dallas Eakins. Victor Rask along with Jeff Skinner and Elias Lindholm for Carolina. As the Hurricanes now get it deep on Ben Scrivens. Marincin, the Slovak. In the corner, Fane. Nugent Hopkins on the wall. Jordan Eberle. They'll try and split the D with that dump in. Brett Belmore is on it. He handcuffed Lindholm. Nugent Hopkins right on, and it's handled by Anton Hudobin.
Nugent Hopkins looks like a different man than the kid that we saw as a teenager. He has really put on some good weight. He actually hired a personal chef last year. It really has paid off. He looks like he has truly become a young man and hockey player in this league.
Oilers again reorganized. Chris Terry on the forecheck. In control, Teddy Purcell now looks it over, lays it back. Mark Fane paired on defense with Martin Marincin with his head up through the middle of the ice. They have space. Here they come, Teddy Purcell. The gap closed by Justin Falk. Good break for Carolina, and they attempt to get it out. Shot taken by Petrie, answered by Hudobin. No further play.
Falk's had a better start after his struggling start to this season. Let's continue to watch that. Hudobin looks like he did at Madison Square Garden 8 days ago. Just watch him hold the post and hear good movement. He forces the Oiler player to shoot wide through traffic on his friend Pouliot. They play together in the International Hockey League. They're very close friends. They remain to this day, but I love the way he held the post, stays on his feet for a small man, has been sharp early.
Shots were 7-1 Carolina at one point. They are now 9-8 Hurricanes, and off the draw, Riley Nash flips it out to center ice. Semin with Talusti. They cross. Alex Semin cutting, holding one, shooting one wide through a screen. Mark Arcobello, stolen by Semin nicely, attempts a pass here for Nash. Arcobello is on him, free to the corner. Ferentz now will hunt it down for Edmonton. David Perron out to dead center, and Justin Falk will clear it in.
Let's see what that early hit, taking one, does for Semin. That was a nice next shift for him.
It was. Now they cross. Over the line, the Oilers on the attack. Benoit Pouliot, good save by Hudobin. Benoit Pouliot sweeps it across. In control at the line, Justin Schultz. Schultz inside, skate to stick. It's David Perron. He's defended by Andrej Sekera. Sekera now moves away, back out to center ice, and Mark Fayne is in control. He'll turn it over to Carolina's Victor Rask, looking for his first point. Inside it goes for Rask again, off Fayne. He gets it back, but Mark Fayne recovers, and out of the corner, the Hurricanes with a steal. Lindholm's shot goes wide, off the scramble. Schultz now for Arcobello, and finally the Oilers get it out. Benoit Pouliot dumping it in, and Anton Hudobin could not handle it, so Ron Hainsey will. Out to center ice, Patrick Brown broken up by Andrew Ferentz. Taylor Hall for the Oilers. Busting in, good play by Bellemore. Hall gets after it though, centers one, nobody home, and the Hurricanes dump it back ahead. At the point, chopped at by Ferentz. Now, Yakupov dancing. All the way back, Jeff Petrie. He'll dangle, walk in, he's upended. No call, Ferentz goes high. Top of your screen, Nail Yakupov. This way for Andrew Ferentz. He'll feed it across again, Yakupov thinking shot. Goes inside for Hall and Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl, the big rookie holding onto it. Only 18 years of age, he'll get it inside again. Hall spins off a hit, thrown at him by Brett Bellemore.
Bellemore would know Hall very well, having played against each other in the Ontario Hockey League, Windsor and Plymouth.
Andrew Ferentz now won a Stanley Cup with Boston in 2011. Out of the corner they start. Hall gets the headman pass. Eberle along the boards. The roadblock thrown up by Jay Harrison. Jay McClement is on it, and a penalty is called. Interference on Jay Harrison. Edmonton will get the power play when we come back. 3:53 left in period one. We see Jay Harrison in the box for interference, and it sets up the second Oiler power play.
Well, you said it perfectly. I mean, he's in the current day NHL, which is a fabulous NHL. He's got to turn and skate with Eberle. Eberle's entitled to that ice. Years ago, when the great Edmonton Oiler dynasty was going on, that would not have been a penalty. That would have been a great play, but right now it's the right call.
It's close. There's a gray area there, but you're right. That player on the attack, unless the defending player is there first, is entitled to that ice.
Yeah, you can go with the 1-1000, 2-1. To me, that was clearly the correct call. And John, you had it right when you called it live. So well done.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I'm enjoying my time with you.
We're getting along well, folks. That should be noted. Off the draw, Tim Gleason now. Kane shorthanded for the second time tonight. They come all the way back on it. Teddy Purcell leads his team in terms of assists, coming off a strong game here on Wednesday. Leon Draisaitl over the line. The trailer is Yakupov. McClement defending for Carolina. A loose puck. It deflects back to Nikita Nikitin. They go wide. David Perron. Nikitin holding on to it. This way, Purcell. His shot swallowed by Anton Hudobin.
Former Maine Black Bear, Teddy Purcell. And in Tampa, when he came over to Tampa from the LA Kings, he had some good nights against Carolina, didn't he? So he has some confidence. Again, look at the movement of Hudobin. You see the active head, so he's always a step ahead of the play, and how efficient he is in those pushes. And he gets over and he's stationary, not moving when shots are taken. That's the whole battle.
Nash and Talusti up front for Bill Peters. Hainsey and Bellemore are back. Nugent Hopkins, Pouliot, Hall, Eberle, Schultz on the points. Snapped right out of the zone by Ron Hainsey. That much time left in the kill for Carolina. 3:17 left to go in period one. Edmonton now out shooting Carolina by 1. As they start the breakout, Ryan Nugent Hopkins moving up, going wide, hit hard by Bellemore. Top of your screen, Benoit Pouliot, but racing across, but not in time, Justin Schultz.
See, that shows penalty killing is a 200-foot game. It started with Riley Nash, and good work along the wall.
Jordan Eberle. Taylor Hall given go time. Eberle throws on the brakes to the point. Schultz holding onto it. He'll throw it across for Nugent Hopkins. Inside for Taylor Hall. Off the stick of Bellemore. The pass intended for Jordan Eberle, and it kicks out. The penalty killing troops changing up again for Carolina. 44 seconds left in the power play. Good stick by Jay McClement, poking it out to neutral ice.
First Belmore, then McClement on this much better kill.
Pouliot, across they go. Give and go with Nugent Hopkins, blocked by Hainsey, and the Canes survive.
Well, the start of the kill is excellent with that pressure up the ice from Nash. Then a key stick play from Belmore, then McClement, and then the desperation from Hainsey. So we've seen a bit of everything here.
You can see the skill of the Oilers, though. They can put on a show, a man up. In control now, Boyd Gordon. They go deep. Hudobin is directing traffic. Gleason is hard pressed. They're on it. Out of the corner, Jesse Joensuu goes inside with it right on the front. Hendricks between the wickets of Gordon. Now a shot taken by Nikitin goes high. Sekera out of the corner. Harrison out of the box, and Carolina has killed off the second Edmonton power play.
Excellent play from Gleason in front, and then Sekera, instead of going up the wall, knowing that the open guy with time is actually in front of the net.
Oilers had one shot with that power play, 5 total in terms of the 10 they've had. 5 on the power play. Semin in the zone, hands it off to Justin Falk. His shot fought off by Scrivens. Rebound Lindholm, shut down by Scrivens. In control now is Alex Semin, given a shove by Yakupov, the 2 Russians. Now in control Lindholm, hammered by Harrison, answered by Scrivens, and the Oilers get it out. Through center ice, Martin Marincin with a lead pass intended for Mark Arcobello. Arcobello out of the corner on Harrison, drops it back for Benoit Pouliot, canceled by Rask, and away they go. You're looking at 19-year-old Elias Lindholm. His shot caught by Ben Scrivens.
Boy, we've been treated to some good hockey games here over the years. Ben Scrivens started the year very poorly, and a week ago, didn't know if he was going to start, went to his coach Dallas Aikens and said, I want to start. I asked him about it this morning. I said, what gave you that confidence? He said, the first baseman for the Yankees before Lou Gehrig took a day off once and never got his job back again because Gehrig took over. He said he doesn't want to be that guy.
First period shots. See what the Hurricanes have been able to do here tonight. 56.3 seconds left in this first period.
And I know a baseball guy like you would know who that first base.
Wally Pipp.
Of course you do. Wally Pipp. So Wally Pipp probably doesn't think he's going to lose his job long term. Says, I'm going to take the day off. Never gets it back as Lou Gehrig takes over. And Scrivens, you never know. If a hot goalie comes in, you may never get the net back.
On the draw, one back. Ferentz in control, handing it off now as they start again, elevating that puck through center ice, intended for Jesse Joensuu. Coming back to it, Ron Hainsey. They battle along the boards in support now, and turning with it is Boyd Gordon. 40 seconds left in this first period. Out of the corner now, and out of that tie-up, they continue to grind. Joensuu going down, back to the point. Ferentz swings it across. Jeff Petrie looking for a tip, none available. Andrew Ferentz down the wall, picked off by Hainsey. He sets up Zach Boychuk, and out they come. Puck is dumped in that time by Riley Nash. Andrew Ferentz in control. Reversing around with 16 seconds left in the period. Jeff Petrie. A little problem that time with Skinner. Semin sets up Falk. His shot blockered down by Scrivens in the dead slot. The Oilers, as we see, are on it. Boyd Gordon tries to clear. Semin feeds it across. 2 seconds left in the period, and that'll do it.
Sharpest period of the year so far for that guy, and I think Semin.
Justin Falk will be Tripp's guest when he kicks off the PNC Bank first intermission. 15 shots for the Hurricanes, 10 taken by the Edmonton Oilers, including 2 power plays. We are goalless after 20 in Edmonton, Alberta. PNC Bank first intermission next. All plays here in Edmonton, scoreless after 20. Let's take a look at the first period numbers brought to you by Buffalo Brothers. Ah, man, now I want wings. A boatload of shots in that period, including 9 misses by the Edmonton Oilers. The Hurricanes losing the face-off battle by 3. But here's a starting point, hopefully for the Hurricanes trip, as you take a look at what they did in the first period in terms of shots.
What I liked most about it, the Hurricanes were the sharper team early, but then Edmonton, via their power play, had a response. But then the Hurricanes, Hudobin helped,
yes,
but then they found their game again later. You know, last night when they lost their game, they never relocated. It just went from bad to worse.
John Forslund, Tripp Tracy, Rexall plays here in Edmonton. Tuesday night, we're back on Fox Sports Carolinas from Rogers Arena in Vancouver. Canes and Canucks. Bill Peters and the boys will wrap up this 4-game excursion out west.
You saw Bill Peters with Steve Smith. That was a fun inside a Hurricane. And Bill Peters coached in Rockford in the Chicago organization. And Steve Smith was a scout for the Blackhawks. He also played for Chicago, and so that's where that relationship that has now turned into a coaching relationship started.
Line matchup here. Jay McClement, Zach Boychuk, along with Chris Terry for Carolina, Leon Draisaitl, David Perron, as it's melted down by Ben Scrivens. They're joined on this line combination by Teddy Purcell. Fans, if the Hurricanes win, kids wearing Canes gear, eat free tomorrow at participating Golden Corral restaurants. Help yourself to happiness. .1946 left to go in the second period. Victor Rask now joined by Jeff Skinner and Elias Lindholm. Martin Marincin has it for the Oilers. They start again. Mark Fane sails it by Boyd Gordon. This will be icing against Edmonton. We'll swing it back.
See Boyd Gordon, how he practically goes. A lot of times he'll get actually down on his knees to win a faceoff. He was brought here to Edmonton for that specific task. So Rask going against a veteran. He doesn't go all the way to. Well, he could have been booted there, by the way, if you look at that leg position. Watch him go down to his knees.
All right, we'll see here. That leverage.
He stayed up.
Yep.
Usually doesn't.
Now Marincin out to center ice, on and off the stick of Jesse Joensuu, and now it's played again by Brett Belmore. Cutting across for Edmonton, Matt Hendricks. They jostle for it along the wall, and Hudobin will play it deep in his own end. Ron Hainsey across for Brett Belmore. Along the boards now. Gordon moves it for the Oilers. Joensuu on Belmore as they scrum in the corner. Just about a minute gone here in the second period. Out of the scrum. Kicked along. Inside for Joensuu. Joensuu centers off the net. Forked wide by Boyd Gordon. Now loose along the boards. Yes, Joensuu broken up by Ron Hainsey. Back out to neutral ice.
Well, you want to see that bear down from Lindholm along the wall inside his own end, especially with a pinching defense. I mean, that's a habit that he has to know how important that play is to get it out.
Joensuu now elevates the puck all the way back. Andrej Sekera ahead of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Back out. Unattainable pass all the way in on Ben Scrivens, and no further play.
You know, and for young players, and they are still so young, to teach them that every part of the ice is so important. I mean, we talked in the telestration that penalty killing is a 200-foot game. It starts way in the attacking zone. It's pretty darn important along the wall right inside your blue line.
Nash, Talusti, and Semin now for Bill Peters with Gleason and Sekera back. Semin with a shot blocked on the way through that time. Andrew Ference came out on him all the way back now for Sekera. His shot tipped wide by Nugent-Hopkins. Taylor Hall captures the puck, and away they go. Taylor Hall now moving it free in the center zone. Ference waits for his mates to get onside, and he'll dump it in. Hudobin in the trapezoid. Gleason now in deep. Pressured on the forecheck, getting a little bit of help from Sekera. Now they jam along the boards. It goes off Taylor Hall. Now Sekera ties it up. He'll kick it back to Gleason, and finally the Hurricanes escape harm, and away they go. Alexander Semin approaching. Andrew Ference pulls up off of Ference. It's loose this way, and the first overall pick in 2010. Taylor Hall is on it. Hall on the off wing with a shot. Read by Hudobin. Out of the corner, Jordan Eberle run into as he was met at the defense. They jam along the boards. Loose this way, all the way back to the point, and carried out by Carolina's Brad Malone. Malone approaches Justin Schultz, tries to go underneath, and Schultz will take a seat. As he got an arm on Brad Malone, who did a good job, and Carolina has their first power play.
That's a penalty drawn just based on will and effort. Started in his own blue line. Malone made a nice little move. He has good straightaway speed. Comes up the ice. Second effort. See here? Bears down to get the puck on Yakupov. So that's one battle lost. And then Schultz guilty of the holding infraction.
Carolina's power play number 10 in the young season. 5 out of 22. The Oilers struggling a bit with their penalty killing. Justin Falk. Victor Rask diagonally across, intended for Jay Harrison. They have Harrison and Falk on the points. Rask along with Skinner and Lindholm up front.
I expect the Hurricanes to get back to shooting everything in sight. Let's see if it happens here on this first power play. I think that was the video message today.
Victor Rask will send it around the boards. Elias Lindholm at the top of your screen. Mark Fane will move it for the Oilers and get it all the way back to Hudobin.
Underrated player, Mark Fane. He's a good part of the New Jersey Devil defense. I mean, how many underrated players has Lou Lamoriello had over the years, and now he's out west here in Edmonton.
Signed as a free agent on July 1. Carried here by Riley Nash. Roadblock thrown up by Jeff Petrie. Ference hammers one along the boards. They kill more time. Carolina down to 67 seconds with their first power play. Harrison will quarterback from his own zone. Now Bill Peters has Riley Nash, who has the puck. Jiri Tlusty and Alex Semin up front. Nash to the outside of Hendricks. Alex Semin from the corner. Terry at the point. Harrison plays it outside the blue line. They recoil. Chris Terry moving up, dropping it back to Semin. Turning from the boards is Jiri Tlusty. Alex Semin with a lane. Here it comes. Off a body wide off Riley Nash. Now fed out of the zone by Boyd Gordon. And the Hurricanes are down to 32 seconds.
Boyd didn't look up. I think had he known, he might have had a breakaway. But, you know, I like the fact that Semin simplified and shot that puck.
Arcabello canceled out in front by Chris Terry. The Hurricanes now back out to the center zone. Good job by Edmonton's Mark Arcabello. He'll clear it all the way back.
A product of Yale and the Ivy League. Boy, that hockey program, winning a national championship the last couple of years. They've done some good things.
Now it's carried by Brad Malone. They gain entry. Final push on the power play. It's whistled dead. And we get a stoppage here. Should the Canes score on the power play tonight, Caniacs who say the winning phrase receive a free Bowberry biscuit from participating Bojangles restaurants tomorrow morning. Bojangles, it's bow time.
And this is where you have to have communication, knowing that Schultz is 5 seconds from coming out of the box. So if Edmonton wins this draw cleanly, you can fire it up the ice and you might catch him behind the Carolina defense. So this is a key situation.
Gordon and McClement, two excellent drawmen on the face-off here. McClement cleanly back. No shots yet on the power play. Fulks deflects wide. Nikita Nikitin has the puck. He'll clear it ahead. And Justin Schultz has the puck, and he's out of the box. Even terms on the ice, also where it counts. It rolls in on Hudobin. Malone readies. Hendricks is on him. Falk has time and space in his own zone. Indirect pass out of the reach of Boychuk. The Oilers pounce on it. Nikita Nikitin will dump it in.
Heady play by Harrison. He knew Schultz was about to come out of the box, so he drifted back. That was a time not to hold the blue line.
Jay Harrison goes hard around with it. Nikitin is back paired with Jeff Petrie. Petrie along the boards. Underneath it and out. Leon Draisaitl moving it by Ron Hainsey. The rookie gets after it. Draisaitl down low, bumped by Hainsey. Belmore for Elias Lindholm. Carolina back out to neutralize. Lindholm over the line with a shot easily detected by Scrimmins. It stays in play. A loose puck as we see. Draisaitl for Purcell. Teddy Purcell has a trailer. It's David Perron. Back for Purcell. Purcell with a shot blocked. The rebound chance. Hudobin got a pad to it. Teddy Purcell's pass is picked off by Victor Rask, and out they come. Elias Lindholm with Skinner and Rask. His shot blocked by Schultz. It stays in play. Leon Draisaitl gets to it. He sets up David Perron, and out they go.
Draisaitl can skate. Of course, the Oilers, they can keep him for 10 games and then make a decision to send him back to junior. He cannot go to the American League. He plays a straight up and down game.
Prince Albert, the Western League, has his rights. Tlusty off a body, off Marincin, and maybe the outside of the goalpost. Now it's played here. Out to center, Taylor Hall. Good back heat from Jiri Tlusty. Hall stays with it. He sidesteps Gleason. Taylor Hall goes down. Gleason plays it along toward Tlusty, and the Hurricanes get it out. It's a foot race. Alex Semin is on it. We'll get to it now, guarded by Martin Marincin. In support is Riley Nash, spinning off a hit from Nugent Hopkins. They jam in the corner. Nugent Hopkins tying up the stick of Nash. Taylor Hall tries to dig it out for Edmonton. Nash, a former first-round pick of the Oilers, clears it along the boards. Now it's played here by Carolina's Brad Malone. Out of the four-man scrum. 13:33 left to go in period 2. 3 abreast come the Oilers. Jordan Eberle. Drop pass. Taylor Hall. Eberle again comes calling. Off of Hudobin and wide. Eberle's on it again. He'll wind it. Stopped by Hudobin. Loose along the boards. Falk is there. Pestered by Nugent Hopkins. Taylor Hall out of the corner. Petrie at the point. Jeff Petrie implants one deep. Moving up on the play is Andrew Ferentz. Jay Harrison looks around for Carolina. Nice reverse to Falk, and out they go. But they have a hard time getting it out, and finally they do, and the Canes can get a line change.
Sharp reverse. Remember, Falk told us he and Harrison had played together before in our interview?
12:59 left to go in the second period. Anton Hudobin on the spot tonight, doing a good job for the Hurricanes. We stay goalless. here on the Memorial Cup. If you didn't know, it's the championship of the Canadian Hockey League, the three major junior leagues, Ontario Hockey League, Quebec League, the Western League, comprised of 60 teams, and Bill Peters won the trophy.
With Spokane, actually former Hurricane Drayson Bowman was on the team, and Ron Francis has, in describing Peters' resume, has said the Memorial Cup may be the hardest trophy to win. Well, you see 60 teams vie for it, you see why it's so tough.
The Edmonton Oil Kings are the reigning champs in this building. Now it's loose and back of the goal. Jesse Joensuu will walk it out here for Edmonton. A big hit. Brad Malone on him, and it ricochets all the way back in the Carolina zone. Gordon took a run at Belmore. Justin Schultz to an open wing. A foot race ensues. Boyd Gordon takes another stiff jolt from Belmore. Hendricks grinding. Gordon does too. And Hudobin leaves it in back of his own goal, but he turned it over. Boyd Gordon is on it. Belmore rugged on him again. Hendricks for Edmonton turns it over to Patrick Brown, who dumps it all the way back in Oilers ice.
The Oilers are very confident with this fourth one. We made it. Well, this was icing. Just barely.
Let's take a look at the Hurricanes' teeth-rattling check of the game presented by Dr. Tom Long, team dentist for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Now that puck had just departed. Remember the Harrison interference play in the first period, so therefore it's a good hit. Malone has had a noticeable grit-type second period. Draws a penalty, there finishes a hit. That's what he has to do to be remembered.
See his numbers, averaging just over 11 minutes on the fourth line. Brody Sutter is centering this group tonight, as he did last night, his third NHL game.
Our third game key tonight is establish a forecheck, and one that you see for periods of time. It was this line that actually had it the most against the Calgary Flames.
Brody's dad, Dwayne, is a scout for the Edmonton Oilers. Off the draw, out of the circle, Patrick Brown. Martin Marincin for Mark Fane. Out of Nashua, New Hampshire, he'll drop it back for Marincin through the middle. Arcobello over the line. With Yakupov, it deflects off Hainsey, and it goes out of play. The NBA is on Sports South, and it's opening night for the Charlotte Hornets as they tip off the season against the Milwaukee Bucks. The buzz is officially back. Hornets, Bucks, Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern Time on Sports South.
Jay McClement has been good in the face-off circle so far tonight. Now against Arcobello.
As a lefty, he can draw it to a safe zone, but he loses it. Feigned shot blocked by Chris Terry, and it goes out of play.
So if you lose a face-off, you have to know how to react, and Terry did. Terry not known for being the quickest guy. He was on his toes. And his job is the point, even though you see him in the middle of the ice. Good job from Chris Terry. Ready to go on time.
Arcobello and McClement again. Andy McElman with the drop. Tim Gleason now moves it. Marincin pinching down the wall on Boychuk. Benoit Pouliot outrun into by Jay McClement. The Oilers have control. Turning is Yakupov. What a pass, but it's denied by Terry, who's kissed. He was knocked down heavily that time by Arcobello. Mark Fane. Nail Yakupov at the top of your screen. It's cut off here by Andre Sekera. Carolina back out to the neutral zone. Zach Boychuk with Jay McClement. He'll cut. Get a little bit of space. A collision, and it stays out. Crowd wants a call, none provided.
Yeah, that would have been interesting, no doubt about it.
Teddy Purcell in the zone, pulls up to the point. Ferentz recoiling back to the center zone. Jeff Petrie hammers one off Sekera. David Perron gets to it. Inside it goes for Leon Draisaitl. Teddy Purcell. Draisaitl again. They grind a cycle. He's given a shove by Sekera. Now a loose play here. Jeff Skinner's away along with Elias Lindholm as they dance out to center ice. Lindholm moving it by the veteran Ferentz. Petrie lends a helping hand. The Oilers start again, but not out. Cut off by Rask. He's hit by Petrie. They jockey along the boards. Harrison off bodies off Ferentz. Skinner in control, given a shove by Ferentz. Separated from the puck. And the Oilers on the transition. Draisaitl cut off by Falk. Skinner can't get to it. Good job getting back by Jeff Petrie. Teddy Purcell chips it in.
Going back to that collision between Terry and Scrivens, of course, you can either call a penalty or you can call incidental contact and wave off a goal. That could have possibly been a penalty.
Here comes Eberle for Hall. Eberle, they score! Jordan Eberle from Taylor Hall. And the Oilers break the ice.
That's the guy every Edmonton Oiler fan wants to see score. Hall causes the turnover, then gets himself in a passing or shooting position and gets it to Eberle, and Eberle shows his skill. Finishing would have been much easier as a left shot, but to me this is all about Taylor Hall. His teammates, his veteran teammates, say he has much more of a team-first concept. He forces the turnover on Harrison, then gets himself back involved in the play, and that is a saucer pass of a beautiful, beautiful visual thing.
Jordan Eberle had 28 goals a season ago, his first of this season, set up beautifully by Taylor Hall, and the Oilers have a one-goal lead. Brett Bellemore back on it. He'll send it along. Eberle with a steal, holding on to it. Inside it goes again. Out of the corner, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back to the point. Justin Schultz turning with it. Taylor Hall, his shot, fought off by Khudobin. It's loose. Khudobin melts it down with Nugent-Hopkins on the doorstep.
He had a fight recently, Nugent-Hopkins. Don't get deterred by the fact he's not the biggest guy. He fought Ham Hughes, who we'll see Tuesday in Vancouver.
Jordan Eberle, his first goal of the season at 9:44, gets the saucer feed from Taylor Hall. We're back.
Just struck first. That's Harrison. Watch the stick position of Taylor Hall and how it changes. Look at that, active stick. I mean, I give all the credit in the world to that stick, the response from Eberle to jump in, and then, I mean, as good of a saucer feed as you are going to see.
Shots in this period, Edmonton has 6. Carolina with 1. Scoring chances, 3-1 Oilers. So the Hurricanes, who had a strong first 20 with 15 shots, need to turn it around out of the corner. Out of that scrum. Right out in the dead slot. A little trouble brewing here, but the Hurricanes will survive. McClement back out. Nikita Nikitin. Glove down. Yakupov tries to get the pass from Pouliot, and they set it up again with 9:20 left in the second period. Shots, as you see, are even. Game 3, Western Canadian swing for the Hurricanes. Game 4, Tuesday night in Vancouver. Now it's played by Andrej Sekera. Forechecked by Nail Yakupov. In control, Zach Boychuk, and back out.
Yakupov, first overall pick, Russian-born player. Big commitment, spent the majority of the summer here in Edmonton. I mean, that's a heck of a sign of maturation.
That's right. He's coming a long way, and they're happy with him. Now Justin Falk back to play it. In control. In full flight, Carolina's Brody Sutter. Broken up. Hall tries to get away from Falk. Sutter got back. Malone tries to play it to himself. Hall's all over the ice, and now it's Patrick Brown. The Canes rookie moving up on Martin Marincin. Off his stick, it stays in play. Loose this way for Brody Sutter. Sutter along the boards. Double teamed a bit. He stays with it, attempting to grind it. Eberle, Nugent-Hopkins, they try to dig it out. Gleason with a shot. Read all the way by Ben Scrivens. Now it's played by Sutter. He took a hit from Mark Fane. Taylor Hall has room in his own zone. And back out he goes. He's cut off. He ducks underneath Jeff Skinner because of the back heat from Patrick Brown.
The Hurricanes were fairly comfortable with the fourth line out against Hall and Nugent-Hopkins. I mean, there was a time to change there, and the fourth line did a good job.
Khudobin now puts it on a tee. Tim Gleason, both teams changing. Gleason holding onto it. Victor Rask at the line, gains entry, moves it in on Scrivens. No further play. Tonight on Fox Sports Live, complete World Series highlights and expert analysis from World Series champs Nick Swisher, Gabe Kapler, and Hall of Famer Frank Thomas. Exclusive player interviews and insider reports from Game 3. Plus, new Milwaukee Bucks coach Jason Kidd joins us for an exclusive one-on-one interview.
So Hall with a heck of a play. Skinner and Hall had a great playoff series once upon a time in the OHL, Kitchener and Windsor. Does Skinner have a response now?
Ferentz headmans the puck. Sails by Joensuu. It comes all the way back. Hainsey touching up. Icing is called here. 7:41 left in the second period.
I mean, that's where Jeff Skinner, you know, obviously he's under 6 feet. That's where his stock just absolutely went through the roof. That playoff run he had for the Kitchener Rangers. I mean, he was just on fire. And you know, he outplayed Taylor Hall. Hall has just had a marvelous play. What can Skinner do now?
Riley Nash, Alexander Semin, Yuri Talusti. With Hainsey and Bellemore back. Off the draw. Out of the pileup. In control is Jeff Petrie. His dad was a fine pitcher in his day with the Detroit Tigers. Out to center ice now, Matt Hendricks. Inside, a good look at Boyd Gordon going to work on Yuri Talusti. They circle one right out in front. Shot taken by Petrie, deflects wide. Riley Nash to an open corner. Jesse Joensuu gets after it. Gets help from Boyd Gordon. Gordon out of the corner. Semin on the boards. Finds the handle. And out he comes. Alex Semin leads the charge over the line. Ron Hainsey goes wide. Good pad save by Scrivens. It's loose. And the Oilers jump on it. Jesse Joensuu threads it across.
That's the way Carolina has to play. That was good work from Semin, and Hainsey, right time to jump.
Now the Oilers go deep in the Carolina zone. They change on the fly. 6:50 left to go in the second period. John and Tripodi as always tonight on Sports South. They cross the line. Chris Terry shot. Good stop by Ben Scrivens. And it's played here by David Perron. A drop pass. Perron with Purcell. He gets to an open corner with it. Sekera looks around. He's forechecked by Teddy Purcell. Out of that four-man scrum, they continue to grind. The shots now. Carolina by 4. Out of the corner. In control and out of that scrum. Perron goes down with McClement on top of him. It kicks out. Draisaitl. Back it goes. Nikita Nikitin given a shove by Zach Boychuk. Into it now is Jay Harrison. And the Hurricanes finally get it out. Teddy Purcell in control. Shielded a bit by Boychuk. With a tight turn, he starts back. Justin Schultz is away. Schultz moves up. Deals along for Leon Draisaitl. He'll move up. Stop on Sekera. The rookie goes to work here. Draisaitl utilizing his frame. David Perron. Now Purcell sends it back. In control Marincin. Mark Fane off sticks. Inside Draisaitl. Off Hudobin. Along the boards. The Oilers continue to grind nicely. Jay McClement handcuffs his man with a pass. David Perron has it. And here come the Oilers again. David Perron to the outside of McClement. Goes deep. In control, Leon Draisaitl. He'll cut on McClement. Try to make it happen on a cycle. Turning here, but leaving the puck there was Taylor Hall. And a good break for Carolina.
Long second period change. It has to get deep. McClement knows that you have to be able to get off the ice. What a forechecking shift. One of our game keys. Draisaitl, I don't see how he goes back to juniors from what I've seen tonight.
No, it's a really close call because the point is Game 9 is Monday night. Montreal is here. And after that, you burn a year of your contract. That's why it's important to make that decision. Now it's Talusti moving up. Right out in front. Great save by Scrivens. And the follow-up, Semin had his stick tied up. Here's Justin Falk. His shot. They score! It pinballs in, and it looks like Riley Nash out in front. Along with Alexander Semin, and the Hurricanes have tied it.
Yuri Talusti, a huge part in this second period. The initial rush and the really good job from Semin just to drive the front of the net. Now watch Nash in front. He is going to get a stick on this. Eventually, Falk with his head up. Semin also the net drive. Alex Semin, his best effort of this young season. So all three of these players, in the pregame show, we said they have to be a good line 5-on-5. You saw a lot of that criteria. First on the rush, and then establishing a real location in front of Ben Scrivens.
Riley Nash, who was a first-round pick of the Edmonton Oilers, traded to Carolina, gets the goal, and Justin Falk will get an assist along with Yuri Talusti as the Canes get the equalizer. Back it goes. Belmore for Hainsey. Ron Hainsey in on Scrivens. Loose out of the corner. Played now by Edmonton's Benoit Pouliot. He's taken care of by Victor Rask along with Zach Boychuk. Back to the point. Hainsey breaking his stick. Could be an outnumbered chance. Hainsey tries to get back on Yakupov. Good back pressure by Zach Boychuk. Nail Yakupov for the Oilers winds it up, holding onto it. Getting all kinds of room here. Inside it goes for Justin Schultz. He's shielded by Ron Hainsey, but he stays with it. He sets up Arcobello. His shot blocked by Chris Terry, and it kicks back.
But Terry's had a good defensive second period. Well, that's a tough change, though.
Arcobello feeds it in. 3:47 left to go in the second period. Deadlocked at 1. Matt Hendricks for the Oilers. Tied up. Hainsey tries to dump it out. He succeeds. Justin Schultz in control.
Sometimes in the second period, because it's further to your bench, you have to stay on even if you're exhausted.
Boyd Gordon taken down nicely by Riley Nash, and here he comes. Nash has a man out in front at Semin. He pulls up. Tries to go back to the point. Broken up. Now Nikita Nikitin out to center ice, and away they go. You're looking at Jesse Joensuu, drops it off again for Nikitin. His shot fought off by Hudobin. They score! Jesse Joensuu gets the rebound. Oilers by 1.
There isn't going to be much analysis that goes into this other than you get momentum and this is a bad goal. Now, Joensuu, we talked about, he's healthy. Dallas Eakins, his coach, is really growing in his confidence in him, but that rebound should never happen, period. And it's even worse based on the life that Carolina has in the aftermath of the tying goal.
Mark Fane. Jesse Joensuu gets the goal. The Finn, who started his career with the New York Islanders. Joensuu, second goal of the season. Nikita Nikitin along with Boyd Gordon get the helpers. The goal comes at 16:46. Now they carry it out. Justin Falk's shot is swallowed by Ben Scrivens. We get a stop in play. 2:45 left to go in the second period. The Canes tie it on the goal scored by Riley Nash, answered by Jesse Joensuu. Second period, one of our keys tonight, the game breakers for the Hurricanes. We see some numbers.
The man on the left have not liked his game, quite frankly, in the 6 leading up to this. Have liked it tonight. You know, he doesn't have anything to show for it statistically, but he was a big part of the only Carolina goal. Let's hope he continues and Skinner can follow his lead.
Rask along with Lindholm. Skinner for Bill Peters. Harrison, Sekera back. Marincin now reverses for Mark Fane. Quick up, chipped along by Joensuu. It goes in the Oiler bench. His goal right now is the difference.
And for Skinner, it's all about, and this is tough. I mean, everybody knows the multiple concussions he's had. Actually, he suffered an awful hit years ago here.
Andy Sutton.
And boy, that was just after his Rookie of the Year campaign early in the next season. But he has to have that courage to get to the front of the net, because when he's there, we know he's deadly.
The center zone, Carolina now reorganizes. Harrison's on it. Off a body, it struck Hendricks, and now Sekera. Paired with Harrison. Through center intended for Lindholm. Mark Fane off the board. Sekera will settle it down. 2:15 left in the second period. Canes and Canucks, Tuesday night. Fox Sports Carolina's Hurricanes Live will kick it off at 10 Eastern time. Face off shortly after 10:30. Skinner in the zone. Pulls up for a shot. He scores! A bullet, and there it is. Jeff Skinner gets his first goal of the season. We're tied.
This was a very courageous play. Watch Skinner here. When he goes to the middle, if he was in fear, there's no way he holds on to that puck. He feels footsteps. He actually locates it. Phenomenal balance and an even better shot. Scrivens had trouble seeing it. Oh boy, that's highlight reel.
Wow.
Absolutely exceptional goal from Jeff Skinner. Had just talked about playing without fear. I think playing without that fear is a big part of that, to get himself in a shooting position and just focus on firing it. And what an offering.
He's had his moments of frustration tonight. Mr. Skinner now has the smile back. His first goal of the season. Wonderful balance, as Tripp pointed out. An unbelievable shot underneath the bar and behind Ben Scrivens. 1:43 left in the period. Taylor Hall, inside it goes. McClement in control. He eludes Jordan Eberle. Played out to center ice. Zach Boychuk, chip and chase time. Chris Terry on his horse. Moving in on Justin Schultz. Boychuk for Carolina. Nugent Hopkins is on him. $1:25 left to go in the period. Edmonton now, as we see, in control. He'll settle it down.
Wow, that's a thing of beauty. Absolutely awesome goal. That should really, really help Jeff's confidence.
Jay Harrison and Andre Sekera get the assist. The goal comes at 17:58. When the Canes score 3 or more goals, you get a free large pizza when you buy a large regular priced pizza online at participating Papa John's the day after the Canes score 3 or more. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Boy, and all of Scrivens' motion is to his blocker side from left to right. That's against the grain. Literally couldn't be placed any better.
Now it comes back. Jeff Petrie back out. Yes, so Yoansu had it, lost it, he got it back. Laid along for Andrew Ferentz. 1 minute left in the second period. Out of the corner now. Justin Falk in his own zone. On the ball, a loose puck. Carolina attempts to get it out. Falk coming all the way back, paired with Gleason. Tim Gleason now off the wall, back ahead for Toulouse. Could have been played there, was chipped on the way through, no icing. 40 seconds left in the period. Jeff Petrie almost lost his footing there, and he dumps it in.
Nash bailed Semin out there. That's a key play late in the period to get it out of his own end. He didn't quite have the urgency.
Pinball's in on Scrivens. Play comes to a halt here with 28.8 seconds left in the second period.
There's no question here tonight the Hurricanes have reacted far better to giving up goals than they did in particular last night in Calgary, and in comparison to really any other points this year when they've gotten down. And that's a really good thing to see, because sometimes you have to fake it till you make it when you're a fragile hockey club, and they've had a good response to the goals they've given up.
Big face-off here for Victor Rask, but it's won by Nugent Hopkins. It's a false start. They'll do it again. Carolina is now third in the NHL in terms of face-off acumen as we started this evening.
And they're going to pull Lindholm here. You know, he's a righty here. He should have a good chance at winning it.
They got it back. Good job by Lindholm. Harrison intended for Skinner. He took the man out, but that allowed the puck to come all the way back. Icing is called against Carolina. 21 and a fraction left.
Okay, so Lindholm will not take this, as he is a righty. The faceoff's going to shift to the other side. This is a key faceoff. So this is going to be Victor Rask. He's going to be on the side that he should have a good chance to win it against Nugent Hopkins.
Get the alignment straight here behind Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. It's Eberle, the trigger man. We're going to have to fix this. The referee also comes in. A little rules instruction here for the boys.
This is like
interesting. Eberle shot. It struck Skinner high. It stays in play. He stays out there. Fane at the point with a screen shot off a body. Off Nugent Hopkins. Skinner given a shove by Taylor Hall. 9 seconds left in the period. A loose puck. Eberle is on it for the Oilers. Skate to stick Nugent Hopkins on a cycle for Hall. 2 seconds left. Off a body blocked by Harrison. That'll do it.
Well, you want to talk to Skinner and hear about that goal, don't you?
Well, you said it. We'll do it. Jeff Skinner will be Tripp's guest when he has the PNC Bank second intermission. His first goal of the season here tonight has tied it late in the second period. Pretty exciting hockey game tonight here in northern Alberta. 2 down, 1 to go, maybe more. Carolina Edmonton tied at 2 on Sports South. We embark upon the third period here in Edmonton, Alberta. Good one tonight. The Canes and Oilers deadlocked at 2. Ben Scrivens leading his team out onto the ice as the Canes seek their first victory of this season. And this game is a showcase of the young generation of the National Hockey League. Career goals, age 22 and younger. Jeff Skinner tied with Dallas's Tyler Seguin. Taylor Hall right there.
Boy, think about where Skinner might be if he is, and hopefully he will be now, been healthy for his entire career. And we knew coming in it would be a great matchup because, again, they were in the same draft, out of the same league, having played in a playoff series that went 7 games against each other in that league. And Hall had the tremendous forced turnover and saucer pass to start the period. And we know what Skinner did to end the second.
Well, it was the Taylor or Tyler draft. It went back and forth as who the consensus one would be. Skinner slipped down to number 7, or actually moved up from some of the projections. Draft was in Los Angeles, and it's been showtime ever since. For that guy who won the Calder Trophy in his first season, you mentioned the trials, the tribulations he's had with the head trauma, but he scores his first tonight and hopefully a launching point.
You called his first NHL goal in Los Angeles. I remember it well.
Out of the corner now. Fed along here as we start the third period. John Forsland, Tripp Tracy here on Sports South tonight. We are in Vancouver Tuesday night, starting with Hurricanes live at 10 Eastern. And we will be back on Fox Sports Carolinas before the Hurricanes come home, wherever that is. And that will be against Arizona a week from tomorrow night. Justin Falk now in control. Through center ice off the posterior side of Jay McClement. and it comes all the way back in.
Good play down low from Falk, but there with his skating ability, just, take ice. You don't necessarily need to make that pass to the middle.
Nikita Nikitin from his own zone, ex of St. Louis, Columbus. He was traded here just prior to the free agency period, the week of the draft, and then they signed the big defenseman. There was just not enough room in Columbus. Taylor Hall through the center zone. They attack with Jordan Eberle, who has a goal tonight. Eberle now will pull up, make a move on Harrison. He gets room. His shot goes wide. It careens all the way around. It eludes Marincin, and it comes all the way back.
Tough turnover from Harrison in the second there. He has to play the body. You do against anybody, let alone a skilled player.
Andrej Sekera paired with Jay Harrison. A quick up intended for Jiri Tlusty. It comes back, icing against Carolina.
I mean, don't go chasing, especially if you're a big man. And we often talk to Jay about an effective stick, and he talks about good footwork that goes into having a good stick. There he took the bait, and luckily the Hurricanes survived.
Face off, as we will see, in his end. Boyd Gordon, Matt Hendricks, Jesse Joensuu, who has scored tonight for Edmonton. Carolina has the Nash trio out. Riley along with Jiri Tlusty and Alexander Semin. Shots 25 Carolina, 19 Edmonton. Off the draw. Out of the corner, Sekera will move it. Semin down the boards. Dumps it all the way back down in the Edmonton zone. Will it make the line? Yes, it will. Icing is called here. The Carolina Ale House, the only place to see the Canes on the road. The next stop will be at Briar Creek on November the 4th. Log on to CarolinaHurricanes.com for more details. The Carolina Ale House, the exclusive sponsor of Cool Bars.
Boy, Boyd Gordon has won 10 of 16 faceoffs, and this is tough on the side you'd prefer not to be. Big win there now. He has a better chance to win this.
Draisaitl wins it back. David Perron moving up. Harrison is on him. They battle along the boards. Semin forced a bit by Martin Marincin. Marincin tries to go forward. Nash is there. Draisaitl feeds it across now for his man Mark Fane with a shot that was tipped wide, and it goes off Alex Semin and comes all the way back to Ben Scrivens.
Really off of Jay Harrison and in the net there. And Semin and the Hurricanes had a chance to get the puck out.
Now the Oilers start again. Jeff Petrie will dump it in. Hard around it goes. Ron Hainsey ahead of Teddy Purcell. David Perron out of the corner. To the point, Andrew Ference. Off sticks, off Belmore. Out to center ice. Ference gets control. Petrie, his partner. Lead pass for Draisaitl. Broken up Belmore. His lead feed unattainable for Lindholm. Carolina ices it again.
Well, tape-to-tape passes aren't necessarily Brett Belmore's thing, but his thing is physical contact. He does have a game-high 6 hits through 2 periods, so a couple of icings here which make, in a tie hockey game, these face-offs even bigger. This one for Lindholm.
Lindholm, Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins for Ference. Patted down by Hudobin. Eberle out of the corner. Jordan Eberle drops it off on a cycle for Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins along the boards now, bottled up a bit by Lindholm. Eberle looks around. He's guarded by Belmore. Eberle stays tough on the puck, maintains control, gets it ahead. A penalty upcoming against Carolina. 6 skaters out for Edmonton. Ference across. Petrie off the boards. David Perron is camped out. He'll dart. The slot controlled here by Victor Rask. Tom Cowell says holding, and Carolina is a man down.
This is all about fatigue. You take a couple of icings, you have to keep the same players on the ice. You lose the face-off. Lindholm loses it. Let's watch. Stay away at the top of your screen. Yeah, he hasn't made the call yet. Coming up right here. There it is. Back official makes the call.
So the 19-year-old takes a seat. Hasn't been feeling well the last couple of days. Gutting through it here tonight. Holding is the call. Third power play for the Oilers. Teddy Purcell in control. All the way across. Just wide. What a chance for Nail Yakupov, who looks upward. He can't believe it.
No, a guy, former member of Sarnia in the OHL, first overall. You aren't going to miss many of those with his skill level.
Through the center zone on the attack. Nikita Nikitin. They gain entry. Nikitin to the outside. Good job that time by Jay McClement. And they kill some time.
McClement's had a good night. He's been the best face-off man for Carolina. 9 of 14 through 2. Always has a good stick killing penalties.
Leon Draisaitl in the skates of Nail Yakupov. Played here by Yuri Tlusty. Riley Nash with a goal tonight. Nikitin hands it off to Yakupov with a couple of head fakes. And they start again. 69 seconds left on the third power play tonight for Edmonton. They have 5 shots on goal with the man advantage so far, 4 on their first sequence. Carried out by Leon Draisaitl, the 18-year-old. Nikita Nikitin in full flight. Nugent Hopkins, but they're offside.
The Hurricanes have had some really good moments killing penalties, but this very skilled Edmonton power play, I mean, think about the guys you throw on the ice that were all drafted in the top tier of the first round, and they've had some cross-team passes that have been things of beauty. Khudobin has had a couple of good tip saves. He's held the post in a couple of instances. You know, these are some routine shots, but we've seen some cross-team passes that have led to some really good shell. I mean, look at that puck movement.
Edmonton won both games against Carolina last season, 2-1 in Raleigh late in the season. And then in overtime here in mid-December, a goal scored by Jordan Eberle on the power play through the center zone. Nugent Hopkins. Taylor Hall races in the zone. Centers one off the side of the goal. With help from Nugent Hopkins. Eberle holding, shooting one. He scores! Jordan Eberle with his second goal tonight. Edmonton by 1.
Well, Taylor Hall gains the line with tremendous speed, but I want you to watch the right of Anton Khudobin coming up right here. That's a penalty. That is on the hands all day long. That should have been a penalty. The referee was right to the right of the picture. Eberle comes in with a beautiful shot, but if that isn't the stick on the hands and a hold, I don't know what is. That is a very tough break for the Hurricanes. It directly impacts the play. That is tremendously unfortunate. It's a, you know what? Hate to say it, but it's a missed call.
Well, the bench is incensed. Rod Brind'Amour really hot right now at Brad Meyer, and I believe they've been given another penalty. So we'll see what happens here. And there's no question about it. They blew it, and now they may have blown the whistle on Carolina again. We'll see.
And I almost think that's where you have to give a player of Rod Brind'Amour's status a little bit of rope if you know that you missed a call. Maybe you don't know you missed the call, but they did. And it's, yeah, we have the best officials in all of sports, but when a missed call directly leads to a go-ahead goal, and now an unsportsmanlike conduct to the Hurricanes bench, you know, you can't help but talk about it. Again, great speed from Hall on the entry, and right here, right on the hands. It's a slash or it's a hook to Pouliot. Yep. No doubt about it. I don't need to say anything more than the picture tells the whole story.
So now, double whammy. Terry is serving the penalty. Bench minor against that Carolina bench. So the officials who, as you say, usually in a situation like that would be on top of it, no excuse for that. Now it's played by Schultz. Taylor Hall, muscled by Brad Malone. It comes back out. Jordan Eberle, second goal of the season, unassisted. Second goal tonight, 4:26. Belmore back for Carolina. Hainsey spots McClement quickly along the boards, but in the Carolina bench. So we get a stoppage.
And by the way, I think the very, very fine director of officiating, Stephen Walcom, you know, he and his staff, they grade officials on every game, and there's no doubt about it that there will be a call made regardless of how this game unfolds in the remaining portion. That's, hey, referees are human too. They missed a key one there, and unfortunately it was glaring.
Edmonton 1 for 3 in the power play. A shot blocked by Sekera. Right off the draw, Yakupov. David Perron. Nail Yakupov. Perron one more time. He'll walk it. Good stick by Gleason. It comes back to Nikitin. Along the boards, Teddy Purcell. He'll dangle down deep. From the half wall, he sets it up. Inside it goes Perron. Off the stick of Gleason. And it goes out of play.
Gutsy plays here in this key time here where your emotions can unravel. Veteran Ron Hainsey with a good stick play. Now a veteran Tim Gleason with another really good stick play on this, you would think, John, must kill. So good to see. The Hurricanes have had good responses after all 3 Edmonton goals.
63 seconds left to kill. A break for Tim Gleason. Bill Peters gets the defensive combination of Hainsey and Belmore out. They have McClement and Malone up front. Good job by the Hurricanes. They get it out right away. Ben Scrivens will leave it there. And now Nikita Nikitin. A good look at him as he starts ahead. The big rush and out to center ice for David Perron. Perron sends it off a glass support. Free to the corner. Yakupov in pursuit. Out of the corner. 3 men in for the Oilers. 3 men back for Carolina. They continue to jam. 35 seconds left in the power play. Out of the scrum. It deflects back to Nikita Nikitin. He'll look around. Set up Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl now fanning on it a bit. He's pressured by McClement. It goes by Nikitin. He's hard pressed here by Malone. But he recovers for Yakupov. Nail Yakupov with a tight turn, and 18 seconds left in the power play. Draisaitl on the wall. Yakupov is in, but he does so offside.
And good gap at the blue line to cause that offsides by Hainsey. So you like to see your experienced guys have a short memory and worry about things they can control. And this has been an extremely important kill that's 14 seconds from being successful. Hainsey has been a big part of it.
Nash along with Kalusti, Gleason and Falk now in front of Anton Khudobin. Nugent-Hopkins will take the face-off here for Dallas Eakins. Looked like a false start, but it will continue. Justin Falk now plays it along the boards, and he dumps it out. Chris Terry serving the penalty is up and ready. It's carried out here by Jeff Petrie, dogged by Nash. He'll feed it in on Khudobin. Terry out of the box. Even turns on the ice. No shots with that power play where it counts. Edmonton by 1. Taylor Hall back on it. Jordan Eberle has 2 goals tonight, including the difference maker for now. It's carried in by Victor Rask. Rask throws on the brakes, lays it back to Falk. Encumbered by the pass, they recoil. Tim Gleason looks ahead. Rask along with Lindholm and Skinner up front. Justin Falk will spin by Skinner. 10-2 with the skates. His shot blocked by Petrie. It stays in play. Rask for Carolina. Victor now trying to make it happen. Broken up here by Ference. Not out. Belmore behind Ference. Through the blue. A scramble. Oh! And getting a stick to it was Petrie. Now Hainsey. They turn it to Rask. Inside. Chip just wide by Skinner. Pinching in. Brett Belmore looking for Skinner. Jeff Petrie reading the play. Victor Rask for Hainsey. He has the retreat. Here comes Jesse Joensuu. Joensuu pulls up. Fought off by Khudobin. The rebound and back of the goal. Hainsey off the side of the net. Played here by Brett Belmore. We'll send it back for the helmetless Ron Hainsey, who looks around. Chipped by Skinner. It comes back. No icing. Play will continue.
Defenseman on one-on-one wants to skate backwards.
Here's a chance. Harrison with a shot. He scores! Jay Harrison from well out. He was wide open, and he finds a way to get it by Ben Scrivens. We're tied.
Watch the Carolina bench. Here comes Harrison right here. And I think all I have to say is poetic justice thereafter. What a job there. First man pressure to even create the turnover. All sorts of Oiler players in the shooting lane. Jay Harrison, a couple of tough moments in this hockey game, right off the bench with a simple wrister.
What a pass by Jay McClement. As that shot deflects wide. McClement got to the puck and fed it all the way back up top. And Jay Harrison, who was a healthy extra last night. Now it's Alexander Semin over the line with 11:50 left to go in regulation time. Out of the reach of Boychuk. Getting to it is Benoit Pouliot. He's upended. Play will continue. They owe Carolina 1 as it's rolled in.
Yeah, referees do have memories too. You'd like to see them all live in the present, but they're humans like all of us.
It's true. Now icing is called here. We'll swing it back.
Both coaches have their timeouts available. Hurricanes took a penalty on I think a fatigue-type icing situation earlier this period. First goal of the season for Jay Harrison. You saw the excitement all over his face. This has been a gutsy performance where the guys have really rallied together.
Face-off one, and the linesman went down heavily. Crowd, of course, roars. You don't like to see that at all. They're protected somewhat. That's Andy McElman. Check out his status. See it again.
You almost would like to see a trainer come out and make sure, that he is like a player. You have to do the concussion protocol, make sure he's all right.
Yeah.
It looks like Andy McElman's one tough linesman. Looks like he's fine, and thankfully referees, unlike Lee Scapinello years ago, wear helmets.
Longtime veteran, another false start between Nash and Draisaitl.
Ray Scapinello, excuse me. How could I ever say that about a Hall of Fame linesman?
Carolina by 4 in terms of shots. 3's a charm. They get it done. Out to center ice now. Boychuk ahead. Terry. Jeff Petrie takes him down with a free hand. I guess not. Now it's played along here. Nash dogging Purcell, who got it back nicely. Teddy Purcell. It's a couple of stick checks and away he goes. Teddy Purcell dangles to the outside. Perron just wide of Hudobin. Now Ferentz knocked out of midair by Justin Falk. He looks around. He sets up Riley Nash away from Teddy Purcell. Here come the Hurricanes. Talusti goes wide, holding onto it, blocked by Petrie. And the Oilers attempt a transition, but they need a line change, so they dump it out. Now it's played through the center ice zone. Controlled by Jiri Talusti, working his opposite number, Justin Schultz. Inside it goes for Victor Rask. Rask looks around Belmore, broken stick, turning with it. Losing his edge, Elias Lindholm. Lindholm gets back up, and it's pushed out by Taylor Hall. Carolina in control, they dump it back in.
It's a second stick Belmore has broken in 5 minutes, based on the missed call on the goal by Eberle. And now this one, he's going through quite a bit of lumber.
Call the company. Now it's Hall moving up on Sekera. Nugent Hopkins played well by Hainsey. In back of the goal, they center one. Schultz to the corner. Eberle with 2 tonight on the cycle. Nugent Hopkins for Hall. On the exchange, Taylor Hall holding on to it. Here comes Schultz. Justin Schultz out in front. Off Hudobin. And it careens out of play. Emotions running high tonight in Edmonton. First of all, with his second goal tonight, it was Jordan Eberle. Edmonton by 1, equalizer, Jay Harrison. The Canes have tied it. Intelligent player, Jay McClement. And he makes a heads-up move right here.
Well, watch Scribbins, who played with him in Toronto, tried to set a pick. First man pressure. Now Scribbins is out of position. It's just effort. Determination from McClement. Harrison off the bench does the rest. But the Hurricanes were changing completely. McClement doesn't come in with that type of will. It's a free pass up the ice for the Oilers.
John and Tripp with you tonight on Sports South. Tuesday night, Vancouver, Rogers Arena. Canes and Canucks. Fox Sports Carolina starting with Hurricanes live at 10 Eastern. Final game of the trip. Sekera, look out. Hudobin recovered that time on Jesse Joensuu. My goodness. Now it's Semin. Alex Semin moving up. A button hook on his man, Andrew Ferentz. Played by Andrew Ferentz and back out. Sekera cut it off. McClement gets onto the puck and sends it in.
Loose play from 2 Russian players. First Semin and then Hudobin, and luckily the Canes dodged the silver bullet.
Wow. Now it's played here by Tim Gleason, and again they send it back in. Petrie paired with Ferentz. Talusti gets in on the forecheck. Taylor Hall for the Edmonton Oilers. Back out. Hall busting in on the left side with Eberle. Throws on the brakes, defended by Falk. Pestered by Falk, turning stick. Nugent Hopkins. Now Eberle holding onto it. Marincin moving down the boards. His shot off the side of the goal. It's loose for Taylor Hall. Hall again. One-timer fade. Denied by Hudobin. Getting to it, Terry. Partial break-in. Talusti getting back is Fane, who plays it beautifully. Mark Fane lays it along. Taylor Hall losing control in the center zone. Terry now. Nugent Hopkins swept by Hall, but not deep enough. Belmore swings it in.
Well, Terry's pass was on the Autobahn. That's a heck of a play by Fane. Remember earlier, underrated player from New Jersey?
Edmonton starting over. They hinge it back out to neutral ice. Martin Marincin drops it back for Nail Yakupov. Yakupov tries to do it himself. He walks in, sets up a man. Good stick. Good defensive play by Skinner. Now it's wiped ahead. Hainsey gets it from Nikitin, plays it along the boards and all the way back down. This will be icing against Carolina. With the Canes scoring 3 goals tonight, go to papajohns.com tomorrow. Enter the promo code CANES3 to get a free large pizza when you buy a large regular priced pizza online at participating restaurants. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Well, you see the misplay from Hudobin. Semin had one earlier. Hurricanes elect to keep their timeout.
Off the draw, Schultz. It's read by Hudobin. out of the corner. Hainsey pinned hard on the play that time as he was checked by Yakupov, and it comes back out. Skinner, a little back pressure from Arcobello, and now they set it up to the Oilers as they move it out. This is Martin Marincin with his head up at his side. Benoit Pouliot. Pouliot in the zone cutting. Lays it across. Good read by Ron Hainsey. He gets help from Jay McClement. McClement hands it off to Gleason. He'll move it along the wall. A chip, a smart one by Semin, and it comes all the way back.
How good has Hainsey been here in the last 10 minutes of this third period?
Excellent. Now it's wristed ahead by the Oilers to an open corner. Good look at Justin Folk. He'll move it. Top of your screen, Jay McClement. Petrie encumbered a bit by Boychuk. Played here by Andrew Ferentz, and right back in. 7:28 left to go in this third period. Deadlocked at 3. We will have a great finish tonight here at Rexall Place. It goes deep. Gleason looks around. Up the gut and all the way out to dead center.
That shows some confidence from Gleason there to find that open area.
The Oilers now feed it in. Around the boards it goes. David Perron gives chase. He's loose. They have a man. What a save! The rebound, they score! The first NHL goal for Leon Draisaitl. And the Oilers break the tie.
Tim Gleason loses his stick right here. Now he makes a decision. Should I come back and play or should I go to the bench? He goes to the bench. Nobody fills the hole. What a play to get that puck over in the first place. And then the excitement from Draisaitl. Is that Arcobello who makes that play? Absolutely gorgeous move. But it was all about Gleason deciding to go for the stick. None of the forwards being able to slide down and cover that hole.
18-year-old Leon Draisaitl, who wants to stay in the National Hockey League, makes it 4-3. Tulowitzki for Carolina. They come roaring right back. Belmore, point to point, it's Hainsey. Hainsey out in front, looking for Chris Terry. Terry in control, gets it inside, intended for Tulowitzki. Moving up Hainsey, planning on a pass. Along the boards by Terry, and here comes the breakout. Taylor Hall shakes off Hainsey, walks in with Eberle. Eberle, fans on, a bouncing puck. Carolina back out to center ice. Riley Nash gets to it. They'll settle it down.
My apologies, David Perron, not Arcobello, makes that great pass across to Draisaitl for a moment he'll never forget.
Jeff Petrie also gets an assist on the goal at 12:55. Leon Draisaitl, the German, his first third overall pick this past June. Through center ice, Lindholm. He'll go deep. Nikita Nikitin coming back. Just about 14 minutes gone in this third period. Carolina down by 1. Joensuu tries to get it out. By Skinner. Harrison forks it deep. Scrivens looks around. Schultz is there. Flushed out by Rask. Played along the wall. Yes, the Joensuu pestered by Harrison. In support, Carolina's Victor Rask. Off a couple of bodies. It's loose. And the Oilers again have it back in their own zone. It will go D to D. The Oilers now back out to center ice. Chipped by Joensuu. It comes back in. Andre Sekera gets to it. He'll wipe it along for Alex Semin. Semin through the center zone. It's Jay McClement. McClement in the zone. Pulls up on Ferentz. Darts through the slot. There's Semin. Scrivens hangs on. 5:23 left to go in regulation time. Leon Draisaitl, his first in the National Hockey League. And a memory he'll never forget. Ages in Edmonton. We'll see the scoring play one more time. You're on to something.
John, this is just a missed call again. Perron takes his stick, leads to the goal. It's very painful for me to have to say this, but the referees have had a direct impact in where this game is at here in the third period. And it doesn't happen very often, but it's very unfortunate for a team looking for their first win. Congratulations to a guy who has been really good tonight for his first NHL goal, but those are two glaring mistakes by the referees.
Hurricanes have been hit with so much adversity here in the early campaign, as icing is called here, but getting no help tonight. Congratulations to Brian M. Wilson. It's very official. Tonight's winner of a team-signed stick. Look for Rex Healthcare's Tweet to Win contest all month long to celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Hockey Fights Cancer Night here in Edmonton. And we will have ours in Raleigh, I believe, the either first or second game when we get back to PNC Arena. Arizona and Los Angeles coming to town. Justin Falk Out in front, cleaned up by Ferentz, knocked down by Sekera. His shot blocked. Going down in front of it was Jesse Joensuu. Threaded all the way across. Under 5 minutes left in the third period. 4-3 Edmonton. As they get the go-ahead goal from rookie Leon Draisaitl. Boyd Gordon in on Hudobin. He'll hang on. Take a look at tonight's Storm Tracker, our game keys, and we'll see how this is played out.
Well, we spoke about top players leading, and Jeff Skinner with his goal to tie the game at 2 in the second period. I think he's done a nice job. I think Simmons had better moments than he's had in all the other games leading up to this one. Anton has not had a good night. Gave up a really soft goal in the second period, and knowing, that's a save he needed to make, and he's had a couple other choppy moments.
Eberle now off the skate of Taylor Hall. Hainsey ahead for Jeff Skinner. Here's Elias Lindholm with Victor Rask, who shoots one off the mark. A tough pass the one time, but he did so and missed. Played here by Nugent Hopkins. Jordan Eberle in control. 4:24 left to go in this third period. Hainsey in a foot race. Hall got to the dot. Taylor Hall and Ron Hainsey. Nugent Hopkins takes it from Lindholm. Eberle sends it back. Shot taken from well out. Stopped by Hudobin. They score! On the rebound, Taylor Hall and Nugent Hopkins get to a loose puck. 5-3 Edmonton.
Ryan Nugent Hopkins is 15 pounds heavier than he was his rookie year. He looks like a different person. He actually went through a whole cycling program, yes, for cyclists, that allowed him to get stronger during the year last season. Then he built on that in the summer, and you can see what it's done to him. Hall does all the rest. Hall drew all the attention. Nugent Hopkins comes in for support, and the Oilers score a huge, huge goal.
Third goal of the season for Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Taylor Hall was the Bulldog out in front. Justin Schultz, as Carolina comes in, Scriven says no. The opportunity that time taken by Yuri Talusti. Jordan Eberle gets the other assist. As it comes back out to center ice, Talusti in control. Holding onto it at his side, McClement intended for Chris Terry. Under 4 minutes left in regulation time, and the Hurricanes are down by a pair. Now Edmonton from their own zone. This is Benoit Pouliot. Semin steps out on a line change. It comes in on Anton Hudobin. They leave it there for Jay Harrison. Shots are even as we see. Out to center ice. Wojciech tries to move it by Petrie. Riley Nash for the Hurricanes. Takes a hit, stays with it. They keep it down low. Wojciech gets to it. Wheels out in front. Defended by Teddy Purcell. Purcell's on it. Off the boards. Back out. Gloved down by David Perron. Here they come again. It's Leon Draisaitl. Moving up. Hudobin said no. Now it's played by David Perron. For Teddy Purcell, they grind a cycle. Purcell with a wrister blocked by Nash. Draisaitl, a going concern all night. Broken up by Harrison. Leon Draisaitl looks to set up Teddy Purcell. Interrupted by Zach Wojciech. And out they come. Here's Semin from well out. They cross onside. He'll button hook. His shot off a body off Petrie. Wojciech, forked high and wide. Getting to it, David Perron.
Wojciech had a little bit more time than I think he thought he did. Boy, Draisaitl has been a pleasure to watch.
Puck is scooped right into the Carolina bench. We get a stoppage of play. 2:28 left to go in this third period. The last goal. Ryan Nugent Hopkins. We're going down the stretch here in Edmonton. That's the appropriate guy to lead the charge here late, down by 2.
And the left side, you can see Bill Peters telling Anton Hudobin, you see that 5-3 score, not a 1 goal, but a 2-goal deficit. This puck gets deep. Hudobin is ready to come right to the bench.
Yeah, he's halfway out. There you see it. Lindholm, Rask, Skinner, Sekera, Falk. Semin is standing. I believe he'll be the guy to join the fun if they get control of that puck. Off the draw, Carolina has it. Hudobin to the bench. Semin on the ice. 6 skaters out for Bill Peters. 2:20 on the clock. Carolina down by a pair. Justin Falk lays it along for Andrej Sekera. Falk will hinge now. Carry out to center ice. A little pressure by Eberle. He'll feed it in. Mark Fayne turns it over to Jeff Skinner. Out in front, cleaned up by Nugent Hopkins, not out. Sekera inside for Skinner. He let it go. Mark Fayne gets to it. Off a body, Nugent Hopkins ahead. Empty net, shot just wide. Shot taken by Taylor Hall. Getting to it here is Alex Semin. 1:48 left. All the way across for Victor Rask. The rookie now feeds it hard around, loose this way. They flood this side. They get after it. It's punched out by the Oilers. It comes all the way back. Harrison in control. Peters changing the grouping on the ice. Dead center, it's loose. Harrison chops it one. Broken up. A chance for Hendricks. Bullseye.
Matt Hendricks, the former Washington Capital and Nashville Predator, anticipates this beautifully. And he told me this morning, he said, you know, the Oilers didn't win in their first 5 games, but they felt they were playing better and that if they kept doing the same things, that sooner or later it would turn. They've been on the receiving end of some very good breaks tonight. You have to get them from time to time, and they've taken advantage.
They have. Now Perron moves up. Flush to the outside by the combination of Harrison and Malone. Loose and Priest covered up by Hudobin with 1:11 on the clock.
You know, John, I say that Hudobin, a gift goal to Joensuu in the second period, and then, you know, 2 mistakes made by the officials that they rarely make. And unfortunately, the beat goes on for a team in Carolina that deserves a better fate tonight, I believe.
And it will swing back to Cam Ward in Vancouver. Likely. Now it goes to the corner. Final game of this trip. Tuesday night. It's centered out in front for Draisaitl. Under a minute left. Flushed out by Brody Sutter. Now David Perron in control. Edmonton will go to 3-4-1. 3-2 at home. Loose out in front. Cleaned up by Patrick Brown. And the Hurricanes will be 7 games without a win to start this season. As it comes all the way back in. 40 seconds left here at Rexall Place. David Perron lays it back, knocked out of midair by Mark Arcobello. Arcobello now to the point. It eludes Mark Fane. It comes all the way back. Martin Marincin on the puck. Edmonton will stay home. They will play Montreal here during this homestand on Monday night. Carolina will have a day off tomorrow. Back to work at practice on Sunday in Vancouver. 13 seconds. It's centered. Harrison on his man Pouliot. They'll count it out here at Rexall Place. Boychuk through the middle. Lays it along for Gleason. Fought off by Scrivens. The rebound. He's got that. 10th of a second left. Vancouver Canucks and Ryan Miller. We will see them on Tuesday night. Rogers Arena in Vancouver. Signed as a free agent. Our coverage begins with Hurricanes Live at 9:30 on Fox Sports Carolinas.
High marks to Taylor Hall and where his career has progressed to and what he did for the Oilers tonight. He was really a presence.
That'll do it. The Edmonton Oilers defeat the Carolina Hurricanes 6-3.
Tonight, the Hurricanes deserved a much, much better fate. And hopefully when the emotions simmer down, and they should be running high right now because they really should be in a better place. Jeff Skinner, a highlight reel goal. His game started to arrive. Semin showed signs. Falk showed signs. They were resilient. But the Oilers find a way. And, you know, some things you don't like to talk about that you never talk about, unfortunately, were center stage and how this thing eventually was decided. But the Hurricanes will have to take the positives and go to Vancouver.
That's all they can do. There were a lot of those here tonight, but again, more adversity for Bill Peters and the Carolina Hurricanes. Still hungry for their first victory of the season. Tonight, it belongs to the Edmonton Oilers, their young crew getting it done, including an 18-year-old who scored his first NHL goal. Coming up, we have full post-game coverage. We have Hurricanes Live from Rexall Place here in Edmonton. Again, the final count. It's the Edmonton Oilers 6 and the Carolina Hurricanes 3. Stick around for Hurricanes Live right after this on